everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Connie. It's been a while since I have been on, but I've been a little bit busy, and honestly I didn't really have a whole lot of content for you that everybody else, isn't already putting out there. But I decided to jump on this morning because I did a thing. I finally went live twice on Poshmark, and I want to give you my experience. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, well, the first time I went live was Sunday night, and I decided that I was going to do an auction. It was around 6:15. I scheduled it, 6:45, somewhere in there. And it was just a little bit of everything. So if you've been following my channel for any length of time, or if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. The way I do my inventory is my clothing all gets folded up and put into bags and then put into boxes. So I had been really not thrilled about the idea of doing an auction because I knew I was going to have to pull what I wanted out of those packages and steam them and hang them, and then if they didn't sell, put them back in the packages and put them back in the boxes. I'm going to tell you what, guys, doing an auction is a lot of work. My first auction on Sunday night, if it wasn't for my daughter in the audience, it really would have bombed. And as far as sales go, they did bomb because I did not make one sale. My daughter was in there in the audience, and she was trying to help me by, saying how cute things were and, stuff like that. Just trying to get some conversation going or some interest going for the people that were kind of showing up. But honestly, I think at the most I had 4 people in the auction. And I think a lot of them were kind of like what I do, just kind of come in, see what's going on, and leave. Or just get an idea of how to do an auction and maybe leave. So I had scheduled 50 items, and I had only went through 15. And it took me almost an hour and a half just to get through those 15, because I like to be as thorough as possible when showing my auctions, because I don't want returns. I want people to be happy with what they get. So needless to say, it was a lot of work. I took out items out of my boxes, steamed them, put them on a hanger, and hung them on my backdrop back here. And my daughter did say as I was leaving the auction that somebody liked the backdrop. So that was a plus. But I did not make any sales during the auction. But I did make 3 sales, 2 full price and 1 offer after my auction for other things in my closet. So, okay, that's cool. I didn't make any money during the auction, but at least they're visiting my closet. All right, so I decided to do another auction last night, and I figured I would just do plush, just one category. Maybe that would get more people interested. Well, I put an advertisement on a reel on here on YouTube, and I advertised on Instagram, and I did that one at 9:15 last night. Now, this is Wednesday, so that was Tuesday night. I did it at 9:15. Now, I had about, I think, 15 plush for that one, and I did not make any sales during that show. My daughter was, again, she showed up, and she was trying her thing to help me out, and I really appreciate her doing that. But I didn't make any sales during the show. Now, she did notice at one point I did have 10 people in my show. So that one I did a little bit different. Wasn't even on camera. I did it back here with the white backdrop and just showed the plush and talked about it, gave measurements and stuff like that. So everything was running really low. I started everything really low. So went through that and I didn't make any sales on that. But after the show, I ended up selling 2 items. One was a full price and one was an offer. So, and I netted about $60 after the show with those 2 sales. So, will I keep doing auctions? They're a lot of work. Yes. But the couple of things that I have learned, and I'm still playing around with it, is first of all, if you are shy or awkward or anything like that, I have anxiety, I'm all of the above. And I have been allotted to do auctions on Poshmark probably for about 5 months or so. And it's taken me this long to even try them. So I decided one day that I was just going to pull off the Band-Aid. I'm like, well, if I can do YouTube videos, why not try an auction? You know, there ain't that much of a difference, except people are right there, they could talk to you, which I thought, you know, that's more fun. Anyways, but even if you don't sell during the auction, it seems to be bringing more traffic to your closet, because if they see a couple of things in the auction, they're thinking, okay, you know, that's interesting. Let's see what else she has in her closet. So even if they're not interested in something during the auction, they may go in your closet and they might find 1 or 2 items that they like in there. And that's the way it seems to be working with these auctions, with me anyways. I don't know if other people have seen that happen with them. I know some people are really killing it with these auctions during the auction, but honestly, I'd much rather sell something full price or an offer for $15, $20 than make $3 off a plush. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get rid of these plush. I've been trying and trying and trying. But, you know, I guess the takeaway is either do your shows, I think, early in the morning, like around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I am not a morning person, so that will not be happening with me. Or do them late at night, as late as night as possible. So I figured I did mine at 9:15. I'm going to try a little bit later on probably Friday night. I might try another live on Friday night. And maybe go 10 or maybe even 11:15 or something like that on Friday night, just to see, you know, how well that works. But it seems like the later that you do an auction, the more people that are going to come in, because people are settling down, they've already ate dinner, they're home from work, majority, not everybody, you know, everybody works different shifts and there's different hours and whatever. But this just seems to be the general consensus from what I have done so far. And I think that sticking with one category might be a better option, you know, because they know exactly what they're coming into. So if they see that you are doing something with all designer purses, they're more likely to come in to your show rather than going to a show that says, okay, we're doing purses and shoes and shirts and sweaters and blah, 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 blah. Okay, maybe they're just looking for designer purses. That's why I decided to try to do the variety show, and then I tried to do the plush show. Now, like I said, the variety show, it was earlier in the afternoon, earlier in the evening, 6:15, and I had about 4 people at the most. The plus show was later in the evening at 9:15, and my daughter said I had at the most 10 people. So that's way better, you know. And I don't know if it's because it was all one category or if it was because it was later or a mixture of both. I'm still experimenting. And that is the beauty thing about these auctions, is you can experiment and see what works for you. And as far as like the Poshmark algorithm and things like that, you know, and just use your common sense. Most people are off of work and had dinner and stuff like that, and they're settled down, getting ready for bed, and decide to pop on and see what maybe they can find, you know. Maybe they're getting paid tomorrow, or they got paid today, or maybe they're looking at something and going to like it and save it for later. You never know what people are thinking. So I just wanted to get on here and give my opinion on the Posh Lives. I mean, I was totally against them at first. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. You know, I don't want to be in front of the camera. People are going to judge me. But you know what? I don't care. I do not care. You shouldn't care. If you're afraid of things like that, don't care. You know, if they don't like you, they don't have to watch you. And that's the way I feel with YouTube. If they don't like me, they can shut off and go to another channel. I mean, I try the best I can. I am just like a normal person, just like everybody else trying to make a living. And I try to get on here and give you guys some ideas and ways to help you make money. And a lot of times, I don't want my videos. See, when I first started YouTube, my thought was to be able to help people make money. And, but I can't seem to come up with content that anybody else hasn't already done. You know what I mean? So it makes it really hard for me to make videos. But when things like this happen, you guys are the first ones I want to share it with. And I'm still growing and learning when it comes to reselling. I have been reselling for 7 years. And a majority of that was on Poshmark before all of this craziness started, before their algorithm changed, before they started making all these changes. Well, when that started, I have moved over to eBay, and I still do eBay. Now, my eBay sales have been slow this month, so I'm very thankful for the pickup on Poshmark. But the thing of it is when you find slow sales or things are not selling the way you think they should, you really need to change the way that you're doing stuff. And I know you hear this from every YouTuber out there, but it's true. You need to move forward. You need to change with the times. You cannot sit back and keep doing things the way you've been doing them if they're not working. Now, a couple months ago, I decided, I used to be totally against Poshmark sharing bots or programs, whatever you want to call them. And Poshmark became, it came to a point where my sales were non-existent because I was not ready to do lives. And I was listing, but things were not getting sold. They were not moving. So I decided I was going to try Poshmark Sidekick. And I am not sponsored. I'm just giving you my review on them as well, since we're doing ways to make some money on Poshmark tonight. I started using Poshmark Sidekick, and my sales started going up. I am not kidding you. Probably on the second day of the free trial, I made probably 2 sales. And then maybe the 4th day of the free trial, I made 3 more sales. And I'm like, okay, is this only happening because they want me to subscribe? You know, I didn't know. I don't know how this stuff works. So you get 7 days free trial. So as I kept going into the trial, I got into the 7th day. I was making sales. I actually made more sales in that 7 days than I did for the whole month before. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding you. And if you want proof of that, I can show it to you. Maybe I will actually add that into this video because I track it. I was like, okay, after the 7-day trial was over, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna dive in and spend the money and subscribe to the service because it's kind of like paying somebody else to do your work. That way I was able to focus more on eBay because Poshmark Sidekick, they share, they send the offers, and you are in control of all that. You are in control of how much they take off when they send an offer. You are in control of when they share. You are in control of everything. So I set up everything. I have it to share. I have it to community share. I have it to party share. I have it to send out offers. You can even change, like if you want all your tops to be 10% off, but your jeans to be 15% off, you can do it that way. You can make it to run like a sale in your closet. Say you have sweaters on that you want to get rid of and you want them 50% off. Poshmark Sidekick will send out the 50% off. They do all that for you. So it's like having an employee. You're only paying, I think it's $29.99 a month for somebody to sit there and share everything and send out the offers. And they even relist for you if you want them to relist. They do all that. So I don't even have to think about it. So I could be washing my counters in the kitchen and I'm making sales. I always tell my husband I love when I get paid to do housework because that's what it feels like. Or I can focus on eBay or Mercari or take my dog for a walk or go grocery shopping. I am not stuck to Poshmark constantly sharing and sending offers and doing all that. Now, when I have time, I will turn off the share and I will do my own shares or my own offers, just if I have some downtime and feeling a little bored. But the only thing that I pretty much have to do is list, and they take care of the rest. And to me, it is the best investment in my business that I have made yet. And they keep coming out with different features that just make it even better. So, all right, that sounded like a promotion for Poshmark Sidekick, but it's not. I promise you, I'm not promoted. But I'm just telling you, you know, things are slow right now, and we have to use all the tools that we possibly can use to help get us our sales. So they're just playing. This happens all the time. He whines like that all the time, but my dog is not hurting him. I promise. They love each other. They kiss each other, and it's pretty crazy. Anyway, sorry. I just want to let you know that she's not hurting him. But now I lost my train of thought. But you have to utilize these tools that are out there for you guys in order to make the sales. And if that means getting in front of a camera and trying to sell your stuff. Like last night, I didn't even have to get in front of the camera. I set up my camera, I put the plush, where am I at? I put the plush against the white background, and I was behind the camera the whole time. They didn't even have to see me. It was just like sitting here talking to you guys, okay? So you don't even have to show yourself on camera if you don't want to. I have tried the silent auctions. I have not had any luck with those at all. And I haven't even noticed any actual outside sales from that either. So, I don't know what to tell you about the silent auctions. Maybe, again, I'm doing them. Those I try to run around 10, 11 o'clock, and that's probably not the best in the morning. So those will be the next things I kind of try to experiment with as far as times go. Maybe trying a silent auction late at night before I go to bed, maybe around 11:30, 12 o'clock. But I can't seem to get the silent auctions to work. But Poshmark Sidekick has something coming for all of the Poshmark Sidekick users that is going to help with that. So I'm excited about that. But anyways, I guess the whole point of this video is just to kind of give you a perspective of how everything went when I did the auctions and my experiences with them. And I promise you, I am not an outgoing person. I keep to myself. If I can do an auction, you guys can too. I promise you that. So if you're having stale sales, if you don't want to try an auction, try Poshmark Sidekick. I will have a link down below if you're interested. Like I said, not sponsored, but I do believe in them. And when I believe in something, I like to share it. And on my channel, that was my goal, is to help you guys. And this is the only way I know how right now. So, all right, that is all I have for you guys today. I think I covered everything. Try Poshmark Sidekick. Link is down below. Try the auctions. Try the auctions. You know, maybe start with a silent auction, or maybe a not so silent auction. Just do a silent auction with maybe a voiceover where you can talk to people as they come in. I've tried that once, and that was a long time ago. Kind of work your way up to a live, but because I guarantee you guys, even though it's frustrating that you're putting all this work into a live and nothing is selling during the live, you are most likely going to get sales after your live. So that is pretty much what I've learned from this. And even though I'm not thrilled with the idea of reselling going to live platforms, that just seems to be the way it is, the direction it is heading, and we kind of have to roll with it, because if we don't, then we're going to be left behind and sitting here shaking our heads and scratching our heads and wondering, what in the heck, what's going on? Why am I not making sales? Well, you know, when you own a business, you are pounding the pavement getting customers, and you're advertising, and you are doing what you have to do. Even, you know, on a brick and mortar business, you have to do the same thing with an at-home business. And you can look at live auctions as like a advertisement, free advertisement for your closet. And you have to try to be as professional as possible, because if you're sitting there eating dinner while doing an auction, or you're not selling anything and you're rolling your eyes and like, okay, fine, you don't want to buy that, you know, I have a pair of scissors here, I'm starting them at $5, fine, you don't want to buy them, whatever. Not a good look for your business. You are the face of your business. People are seeing your face. They're putting a face to your products, and you want to put on a professional look as much as possible and the best as possible. But put your best foot forward. Be as professional as possible. Be friendly. If they're not buying things from you, fine, move on, because somebody will buy it eventually. You know, just go on to the next thing. Okay, you don't want these pair of scissors? That's cool. I understand. You know, how about this tape? You know, this is really good tape. You know, If they're not buying from you, then if you're nice and you're friendly and you have a presence and you keep showing up, they're eventually going to come and buy from an auction. And you have to have some sort of presence. Even if you don't do YouTube videos, if you don't do Instagram, if you don't do any other social media, the lives are going to give you a presence as long as you keep showing up. But if you are not showing up, you're getting lost amongst everybody else who is getting out there and doing these lives and making the money. And while you're sitting back, scratching your head, wondering, what is wrong with me? Why is my stuff not selling? Because you have to put effort into it. It's not a sit back and wait for it to sell business. And a lot of people think that when they first start reselling, but it's not. You have to actually put the work into it. And yes, it takes a lot of work to set up for an auction, but you can source just for the auction. If you store your clothing or whatever, like I do, in boxes and bags, just source just for the auction. And that way you don't have to worry about it. And then if they don't sell, then, you know, you can take your pictures and add them to your inventory. Or if they sell, they're ready to go. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope this was a little bit helpful anyways. Thank you for watching, and I hope to be back soon with some more information for you guys. I am going to keep experimenting and see what happens with these auctions, because now that I got a couple under my belt, I'm a little bit excited because I love the sales coming in afterwards. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. Oh, if you are interested in seeing how Poshmark Sidekick has changed for me, the 13th. That is when my sales started coming in. So if this doesn't show you that Posh Sidekick is worth the $29.99 a month, then I don't know what will, because numbers don't lie. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys are interested in trying out the 7-day trial, you don't have to pay anything. I will have a link down below for you. But this is solid proof. And my inventory hasn't changed. It's the same. I'm still sourcing the same stuff. A lot of you can say, well, maybe she got better inventory, or maybe she's sourcing better. My inventory hasn't changed. My sourcing hasn't changed. I'm still living in the same spot. I'm still sourcing in the same places. I'm still sourcing the same stuff. And as you can see, it's not high-end stuff that I'm selling, but things are selling. Levi shorts, Skechers sandals, 2 Eddie Bauer t-shirts, more racist top, a Torrid top. These aren't high-end brands. ASOS jacket, ASOS romper, Affliction, coconut boots, Hallmark plaque, Donna Lawrence shoes, White House black market jeans. As you can see, these are not high-end sales. They're not designer. So if you're not selling designer and you're having a hard time making sales, you can do whatever you want, but this just goes to show that it's working. So, all right, guys, I just wanted you to see that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was some sort of help for you, and I hope you all make great sales, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.